We're jumping straight into Kratos' defense today. Everyone is watching the price action, but the real story is the Pentagon's massive billion-dollar drone dominance initiative and how this company is positioned to capitalize on it.
Exactly. You're tuned into the Easy Money Show, where we make sense of the market's biggest moves. I'm glad you're with us.
If this helped you understand the market faster, subscribe, hit the like button, and comment below with the next company you want us to simplify.
And before we get back to the stock, here is a simple tool for investors who want cleaner stock research. You can check out stockanalysis.com Pro through the link below in the description. Use discount code ITP for 10% off. Stockanalysis.com is lightweight, easy to use, and works on desktop, iOS, and Android. The free version is useful for checking stock prices, financials, charts, forecasts, and news. But if you want a deeper research workflow, Pro gives you no ads, saved screeners, watch lists, portfolios, long-term financial history, dividend history, analyst filters, ETF data, and exports to Excel, CSV, and Google Sheets. Pro comes down to about $5.93 per month when billed annually after the discount. For heavier users, the unlimited plan adds unlimited downloads and unlimited stocks per watch list, and comes down to about $14.93 per month when billed annually after the discount. StockAnalysis.com is a research tool, not financial advice. It does not tell you what to buy or sell, and it does not guarantee investment results. Always do your own research and make your own investment decisions. This is an affiliate link, so we may earn a commission if you use it at no extra cost to you.
Let's break that down even further.
Now here is the simple bull case.
Right, so right off the bat, if we look at the materials for today's deep dive, the simplest way to understand the bull case is, well, it's this. Kratos is essentially trying to pull off the SpaceX maneuver, but for fighter jets.
Oh, wow. Like completely upending the model.
Exactly. They are fundamentally trying to break the way the government buys weapons. But before we get to the cool tech, we really have to talk about the brutal reality of their stock chart.
Yeah, it has been a pretty wild ride, hasn't it?
It really has. I mean, in late 2025 through early 2026, they suffered a 29% drop over just 90 days.
Right, and for most retail investors, watching nearly a third of a company's value just evaporate in 3 months is terrifying.
Yeah, it definitely screams that something is fundamentally broken.
Exactly. But the mechanics of what happened next are fascinating, because the stock suddenly surged over 11% in a single week.
And that pivot was not retail traders just blindly buying the dip, right?
No, not at all. It was driven by a massive structural event. In March 2026, they executed a public offering, raising approximately $1.173 billion by selling shares at exactly $84 each.
Okay, I really want to pause on that $84 figure because it acts as a mechanical anchor for everything else we're going to discuss today.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
When a company raises over $1 billion, that isn't just a handful of day traders clicking buy on an app. That involves massive institutional investors.
Where they send in entire teams of analysts.
Exactly. They rip apart the company's books, they evaluate the supply chain, and they look at the classified pipelines. And after all that due diligence, they basically said, yes, we value this business highly enough to hand over $1 billion at $84 a share.
And that is the crucial takeaway right there. In market psychology, that $84 price tag becomes an institutional floor.
Because the big money has mathematically modeled that the company is worth at least that much, right?
Right. So whenever the broader market gets jittery and the stock drifts down toward $84, buyers aggressively step back in.
They know the downside is theoretically protected by the deep pockets that just anchored themselves at that price.
Exactly. So when the Pentagon's drone dominance news broke, the stock bounced hard off that $84 support level.
Right. But, a floor only matters if you actually have a business growing on top of it. Looking at their financials, the top-line growth is just undeniable.
Yeah, it's pretty staggering.
Fourth quarter of 2025, they hit $345.1 million in revenue. That is a nearly 22% jump year over year.
And then in the first quarter of 2026, they accelerated that to $371 million.
So what is actually driving that sudden surge in cash?
Well, it really comes down to their underlying business philosophy, which they call affordability as a technology.
Oh, right. This is where your SpaceX analogy comes into play.
It's exactly. If you look at legacy defense contractors, the massive primes that have dominated for decades, their business model relies on selling the Pentagon exquisite, ultra-expensive, multi-decade projects.
Right. They walk in with a slick PowerPoint presentation for a $100 million fighter jet.
Yeah, and then they ask the government to fund the research and development. I mean, it takes 15 years before anything ever actually flies.
And the government absorbs all the financial risk of developing it.
Precisely. Kratos flips that entirely upside down. They use their own internal capital to fund the R&D. They take on the financial risk themselves.
Wow. So when they finally walk into a meeting with the Department of Defense, they aren't pitching a PowerPoint.
Nope. They are pointing to a physical, fully functional piece of hardware sitting on a runway ready to deploy today.
Okay, let's unpack why the Pentagon actually cares about that right now, because it ties directly to this drone dominance initiative.
Yeah, modern warfare has completely changed.
Right. If you lose a traditional manned $100 million stealth fighter, that is a strategic catastrophe. It's just too expensive to lose.
Exactly.
What Kratos is doing is building the equivalent of a swarm of mechanical bees. They are building tactical drones like the Valkyrie system. These are advanced collaborative combat aircraft that fly alongside human pilots.
And the key is they are cheap enough that if you lose 5 of them in a mission, it doesn't financially ruin the military.
Right. The swarm just adapts and completes the objective.
And mechanically, that creates incredibly high switching costs. Once the military integrates these affordable, disposable swarms into their tactical networks, how do they ever go back?
Yeah, you can't replace a swarm of mechanical bees with one incredibly expensive, fragile eagle.
Exactly. Kratos has cemented themselves as an indispensable supplier. But, building a drone airframe is only one piece of the puzzle.
Right, an airframe is basically just a glider until you put an engine in it.
Which is exactly why their new joint contract with GE Aerospace is such a massive signal.
Yeah, they are co-designing the GEK 1500 engine specifically for these collaborative combat drones.
And when you have a titan like GE putting their engineering weight behind your airframe, it completely validates the platform.
It really does. And the connective tissue of this strategy goes even further. You have the airframe, you have the GE engine, but how do these autonomous drones talk to the human pilots and the ground crews in a contested war zone where signals are being jammed?
Right, that brings us to their Space Systems Command contract.
Yeah, they just landed a $446.8 million deal for ground management and integration.
So they aren't just building the drone, they are securing the communication infrastructure that controls it.
They are capturing the entire ecosystem, and it's not just the U.S. military buying in.
No, definitely not.
Our deep dive highlights that Kratos is preparing for the maiden flight of a Valkyrie drone integrated with an Airbus mission system for the German Air Force.
And Airbus is essentially the aerospace giant of Europe.
Right. By proving their hardware can seamlessly plug into an Airbus system, Kratos instantly unlocks the entire NATO defense market.
It's huge. When you stack all of these pieces, the GE engine, the space communications, the Airbus integration, it explains the sheer size of their pipeline.
Yeah, they have a documented $1.57 billion backlog.
That is money already contracted, waiting for the hardware to be built. But beyond that, they are tracking a $14.3 billion opportunity pipeline.
I want to clarify what a pipeline means in this context, because $14 billion sounds like lottery money.
It really does.
In defense contracting, a pipeline represents formal requests for proposals, contracts currently in the bidding phase, and government budgets already allocated for their specific tech category.
Right, so it doesn't mean they will win all $14 billion.
No, but it shows the total addressable market they are actively competing for has exploded, and Wall Street definitely sees it.
Oh, for sure. Major funds like Barron Capital are heavily featuring them, and analysts are projecting their revenue could cross $2 billion by 2027.
Looking at the flip side,
Here is the lowdown on the risk.
because this narrative sounds almost too good to be true, and as an investor, you always have to look at what you are actually paying for that narrative.
Exactly.
Right now, the valuation is in the stratosphere. Kratos is trading somewhere between 87 and 120 times their projected current year earnings.
Yeah, let's explain the mechanics of a multiple that high. When a stock trades at 100 times its earnings, it is essentially priced for perfection.
Meaning they absolutely can't mess up.
Right. The market is assuming that Kratos will perfectly execute that $1.57 billion backlog, that they will suffer zero supply chain bottlenecks, that the government won't delay a single payment, and that inflation won't eat into their profit margins.
Wow.
If a company with a 15 multiple misses an earnings target, the stock might dip slightly. If a company with a 100 multiple misses a target by even a fraction, the stock can get completely hammered.
There is zero margin for error.
None at all.
Which makes this next point critical for anyone doing a deep dive into their financials. The company's free cash flow recently has been negative.
Yeah.
If they just raised over $1 billion, but are burning cash to hoard inventory and ramp up production, how tight is the rope they are walking to actually convert that $1.57 billion backlog into real profit?
It is a remarkably tight rope.
Yeah.
Let's look at the physical mechanics of building out a billion-dollar defense backlog.
Okay.
You can't just snap your fingers and produce a fleet of Valkyrie drones. You have to physically build new manufacturing facilities.
Right.
You have to hire highly specialized aerospace engineers. You have to pre-purchase raw materials, titanium, specialized carbon composites, semiconductors, months or even years before you actually deliver the finished drone to the Pentagon.
Right. So they are bleeding cash today to build the infrastructure required to make money tomorrow.
Exactly that. The cash conversion cycle in defense is brutal. You pay your suppliers and your workforce today, but the government might not cut you a check for 18 months. And this is where the execution risk is astronomical. What happens if there is a sudden shortage in microchips? What if Congress gets into a budget standoff and freezes defense spending for 6 months?
Kratos still has to keep the lights on and pay their engineers, but the government checks stop arriving.
Exactly. That negative free cash flow can suddenly become a fatal vulnerability, even with a billion-dollar war chest.
And the institutional investors, the smart money, they clearly see that risk. If you dig into the transaction data from Q4 2025 and Q1 2026, right before this recent drone news, institutions were heavily selling the stock.
Yeah, they were offloading nearly $2 of Kratos stock for every $1 they bought.
When you see massive institutional outflow like that, it tells you that the people who run the complex financial models looked at that 100 times earnings valuation, looked at the negative cash flow, and decided to lock in their profits and head for the exits.
They felt the risk of holding was higher than the potential upside.
Right. And we can't ignore the dilution aspect of how they raised that $1 billion in March. They did it by issuing over 16 million brand new shares.
Yeah.
I want to use a simple analogy here. Think of the total underlying value of Kratos Defense like a massive pizza.
Okay, I like pizza.
When they issued 16 million new shares, they didn't magically make the pizza any bigger or tastier. They just took the exact same pizza and sliced it into 16 million additional, much smaller pieces.
That is the perfect way to visualize share dilution. Your individual slice of the company just got smaller.
Exactly.
For the stock price to simply maintain its current level, the company now has to generate significantly more profit to spread across all those new shares.
And if they stumble in executing that manufacturing ramp up, the gravity of those extra 16 million shares is going to pull the stock price down fast.
So what should regular investors watch next?
If you are tracking this stock, the immediate proving ground is the upcoming Q2 2026 earnings report, expected late July or early August. Management has painted a target on their own back with some incredibly aggressive guidance. They have explicitly stated that second quarter revenue needs to accelerate sequentially to over 60% growth.
And let's clarify what sequential means here.
Yeah, good point.
They aren't saying they will grow 60% compared to the summer of 2025. They are saying they have to grow 60% compared to the quarter they literally just finished.
That is an almost vertical growth trajectory for a manufacturing company.
It requires flawless operational execution.
It really does. They also stated that the second half of 2026 has to massively outperform the first half, and crucially, that the negative free cash flow we've been warning about must finally flip to positive.
Right. If we hit the Q2 earnings call and that cash flow is still deeply in the red, the market is going to aggressively question that high valuation multiple.
Beyond the quarterly spreadsheet, there are operational milestones you need to monitor. The biggest one is the maiden flight of that Airbus integrated Valkyrie for the German Air Force.
Yeah, we talked about how this unlocks the NATO market. But a maiden flight is high stakes.
Oh, absolutely.
If the software integration fails or the communication link drops during the test, that NATO pipeline could freeze overnight. If it succeeds, it proves the tech is globally adaptable.
Then you have to zoom out to the macroeconomics landscape, because that is where the real fuel for the stock originates.
Right.
The U.S. government is preparing to allocate the entire $156 billion reconciliation bill toward defense-related funding in fiscal 2026.
And for context, a reconciliation bill is a massive legislative mechanism in the U.S. that bypasses the standard Senate filibuster.
Yeah.
It is designed to fast-track colossal amounts of capital. We are talking about a $156 billion tsunami of federal money hitting the defense sector. paired specifically with a $1.1 billion drone dominance initiative.
And Kratos is standing right where that wave is scheduled to crash.
Exactly.
And that brings us to the most explosive, though highly speculative, catalyst on the horizon, the rumor mill. On a recent call, management dropped heavy hints about a potential $1+ billion hypersonic program award that could finalize by the end of 2026.
Right.
But what makes this genuinely fascinating isn't just the dollar amount. Management believes it will be a sole source award.
And sole source is the absolute holy grail of government contracting.
Right, explain that.
Usually the Pentagon puts out a bid, and Lockheed, Boeing, and Northrop Grumman all fight to the death over it, driving down profit margins.
Yeah.
A sole source contract means the Pentagon surveyed the entire industrial base and concluded no one else is even capable of building this. We are just handing the contract straight to Kratos.
Wow. And let's explain why that makes sense for hypersonics. A hypersonic vehicle travels at over Mach 5. That's 5 times the speed of sound.
Yeah.
At that speed, the friction of the atmosphere literally melts traditional metals. Building the solid rocket motors and the thermal shielding for these weapons is incredibly niche. If Kratos has somehow cornered the market on a specific hypersonic manufacturing technique, a billion-dollar sole source contract is entirely plausible.
Just keep in mind this is unconfirmed.
Right. But if it drops, it will blindside Wall Street analysts who do not currently have a billion-dollar secret contract modeled into their price targets. Let's wrap this up in plain English.
The stock recently found a rock-solid floor because of the $1.173 billion public offering, priced at $84 a share. That created an institutional anchor, and the stock bounced aggressively off that level, fueled by the Pentagon officially moving forward with its massive drone dominance initiative.
The absolute strongest point in the bull case is Kratos' disruptive strategy of affordability as a technology. By building ready-today hardware using their own money, they bypass the decade-long development cycles of legacy contractors.
Right.
This has secured them a massive $1.57 billion backlog in tactical drones, space communications, and potentially hypersonics.
But the biggest risk is the terrifying valuation and the execution tightrope. The stock is priced for absolute perfection, yet the company is burning through cash to ramp up manufacturing.
Yeah.
If they suffer a single supply chain bottleneck or delay, those 16 million newly issued shares will heavily dilute investors and the stock could plummet.
To see if they can survive that tightrope, you need to watch the upcoming Q2 2026 earnings. They have to prove that 60% sequential growth is real and that free cash flow is turning positive. And operationally, keep your eyes peeled for the Airbus integrated Valkyrie maiden flight, which could unlock the European market. If you want a simpler way to research stocks, check out stockanalysis.com Pro through the link below in the description. Use code ITP for 10% off. Pro comes down to about $5.93 per month when billed annually after the discount. And Unlimited comes down to about $14.93 per month when billed annually after the discount. Just remember, stockanalysis.com is a research tool, not financial advice. It does not guarantee investment results, and you should always do your own research before making any investment decision. This is an affiliate link, and we may earn a commission at no extra cost to you.
That is the lowdown. Subscribe for more simple market breakdowns and comment below with the next company you want us to simplify.